Abortion. Abortion is also called as miscarriage. Abortion is ending of pregnancy by removing a fetus or embryo before it can survive outside the uterus. So basically, alam naman natin lahat na ang abortion ay sa Tagalog ay magpapalaglag. Meaning, ito yung mga it is a accidentally or sadya na ginagawa ng mga buntis sa buong mundo. All pregnant around the world, hindi lang sa Pilipinas. Abortion is the expulsion or extraction from its mother of an embryo or fetus weighing 500 grams or less when it's not capable of independent survival. So, yung fetus na yun na extraction doon galing sa magulang niya, which is yung weight ng fetus na yun ay 500 grams. 500 gram or less, hindi na sila capable para makasurvive. Incidence. The incidence of abortion is difficult to work out, but probably 10 to 20% of all clinical pregnancies end in miscarriage, and another optimistic figure of 10% are induced or deliberate. About 75% miscarriage occur before 16 weeks of pregnancy. So ito naman, classification. Abortions. Meron dalawang part, which is spontaneous and induced. Sa spontaneous naman, ito yung mga kusang loob, hindi siya sapilitan. Then yung induced ay ito yung sapilitang gawin. So nakapaloob dito sa spontaneous, which is isolated and recurrent. Then sa baba naman nila ay threatened, inevitable, complete, incomplete, missed, and septic. Mamaya i-discuss natin yung mga yan. Etiology. The etiology of miscarriage is often complex and obscure. Following factors are important: genetic, anatomic, immunological, infection, endocrinal. So basically, pag sinabi kasi nating etiology, ito yung yung study siya na kung saan nagmumula yung mga sakit. Ayun. Tulad na itong mga sumusunod. Threatened miscarriage. It is a clinical entity where the process of miscarriage has started but has not progressed to a state from which recovery is possible. See O'Brien. Painless vaginal bleeding without vaginal construction, mild abdominal pain. So basically itong threatened miscarriage, painless siya, kumbaga hindi yung buntis hindi siya makakaramdam ng sakit, hindi siya painless, as in painless, wala siya mararamdaman ganun. Magkakos lang dito is yung bleeding na nakakapagsanhi din ng it is cause abortion dahil sa bleeding na yun. So ito yung threatened spontaneous abortion, vaginal bleeding, yan. Inevitable miscarriage. Definition. It is the clinical type of abortion where the changes have progressed to a state from where continuation of pregnancy is possible. Clinical features: increased vaginal bleeding, aggravation of colic pain, dilated internal OS. So basically, kaya siya sinabing clinical type kasi yung kumbaga hindi na normal yung function ng katawan mo nun, which is yung bleeding malala, yung pagsakit ng tiyan malala. So kailangan na talagang i-treatment. So ito yung inevitable miscarriage. Yan. Sobrang kapal ng bleeding, tapos masakit siya sa pakiramdam. Masakit siya sa tiyan, ganun. Yan. Tapos ito naman yung treatment sa kanya. Before 2 weeks, dilation and evacuation followed by curettage of uterine cavity. After 2 weeks, the uterine contraction is accelerated by oxytocin drip 40 to 60 drops per minute. If the fetus is expelled and placenta is retained, then DNE is done under general anesthesia. So gagamitan na siya ng anesthesia. So ito namang complete miscarriage. A complete miscarriage is defined as cessation of vaginal bleeding with no evidence of retained products of conception, or a gestation sac in a woman who previously had an ultrasound confirmed intrauterine pregnancy. So itong complete miscarriage naman, ito yung paglabas ng lahat ng tissue ng mula dun sa pagbubuntis. Then nagko-cause din siya ng pain tsaka hard bleeding sa vagina ng buntis. So kaya sinabing complete kasi lahat ng tissue na nandun sa loob ng pagbubuntis niya is lumabas, lahat ng nasa matres which is lumabas. Ayun. So ito yung itsura ng complete miscarriage. Next is incomplete miscarriage. A miscarriage is labeled incomplete if bleeding has begun and the cervix is dilated, but the tissues from pregnancy still remain. So yung incomplete miscarriage na to, ang kinakaiba niya sa complete miscarriage. Kung yung sa complete miscarriage, malalabas lahat ng tissue nandun sa loob ng matres. And then ito namang incomplete, which is may matitira sa kanya ng mga tissue doon sa So, ibig sabihin, may mga certain parts man na tissue na mawawala sa kanya. Pero hindi pa rin ibig sabihin na hindi matutuloy yung pagbubuntis. So, may matitira pa rin and pwede pa rin siya makabuo ulit. May mga nawawala lang talaga sa kanya na tissue. Ganun. Miscarriage. When the fetus is dead and retained inside the uterus for a variable period, it is called miscarriage or early fetal demise. Clinical features: persistence of vaginal brownish discharge, substance of pregnancy symptoms, non-ability of FHS even with Doppler ultrasound. USD shows an SAC with absence of fetal movements of cardiac motion. So yung miscarriage naman, ito yung yung kapag yung fetus ay namatay doon sa loob ng matres ng babae inside the uterus. So ito yung itsura niya sa ultrasound. Ayan. Management. When uterus is less than 12 weeks, many women expel the product spontaneously. Prostaglandin E1 800 mg vaginally for expulsion. SNE, DNE is done either as definitive treatment. When uterus more than 12 weeks, 10 to 20 units of oxytocin in 500 ml of NS at 30 drops per minute. Many PT needs. Septic abortion. Any abortion associated with the clinical evidence of infection of the uterus and its content is called septic abortion. Mode of infection: through microorganisms which are anaerobic bacterioids, streptococci, Clostridium welchi, Pseudomonas, Escherichia, Cholimtricillin resistant, Staphylococcus aureus. So basically yung septic abortion ay clinical evidence of infection, which is malala siya na type ng abortion. Pathology: the majority of the organisms are endogenous origin, and the infection of localized to the conceptus without any metrical involvement. In about 15%, the infection either produces localized endometrium surrounded by protective eukaryotic barrier or spreads to the parametrium tubes. Ovaries in about 5%. There is generalized peterosis or endotoxic. Clinical features. The woman looks sick and anxious. Chills and rigors, hypothermia, abdominal pain, renal angle and tenderness, offensive virulent vaginal discharge. Investigations. Routine investigations include swab culture to find out the dominant microorganism, sensitivity of microorganism to antibiotic, and smear for gram stain. Urine analysis including culture, blood for HB and count WBCS, plain X-ray to suspect bowel injury, USG to detect any types of any products in cavity, fluid accumulation in punch of Douglas. Management. Hospitalization is essential for cases of septic abortion. To take high vaginal or cervical swab for culture. Vaginal examination is done to note the state of the abortion process and extension of infection. Antibiotics and analgesics. Evacuation of uterus, posterior colpotomy. Nursing management. The presenting symptom of an abortion is always vaginal spotting, and once this is noticed by the pregnant woman, she should immediately notify her healthcare provider. As of the pregnant woman's action before the spotting or bleeding occurred and identifies the measure she did when she first noticed the bleeding. Inquire of the duration and intensity of the bleeding or pain felt. Lastly, identify the client's blood types for cases of RH incompatibility. Yun lang. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Aldo de los Santos from BIT2QMT. Our topic is abortion. Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to address a topic that is both deeply personal and widely debated in our society: abortion. It is crucial to approach this subject with sensitive, recognizing diverse perspectives that exist. Sorry. Abortion is not a singular issue. It encompasses a spectrum of beliefs, values, and ethical considerations. At the heart of the abortion debates lies the question of women's right to choose. Advocates for reproductive rights emphasize the importance of granting women autonomy over their bodies. In circumstances of unplanned pregnancies, health complications, or instances of sexual assault, the argument centers on empowering individuals to make choices that align with their unique circumstances. Advocates for reproductive rights argue that empowering women with agency to make choice about their reproductive health contributes to a more equitable society. Comprehensive sex education, accessible contraceptive, and health care service are seen as pillars that enable individuals to make informed decisions aligned with their circumstances. It is worth considering the broader context in which decisions about abortion are made. Comprehensive sex education, accessible healthcare service, and social support system plays pivotal roles in shaping and landscape in which individual navigates reproductive choices. By addressing the root causes and providing necessary resources, we can work towards a society that empowers individuals to make informed decisions. Conversely, those who raise concern about societal impact of abortion often cite potential consequences such as devaluing of life or the erosion of societal values Navigating this terrain requires a delicate balance, one that respects individual choices while fostering a culture that upholds the sanctity of life and provides support to those facing difficult decisions. As we explore the aspect of abortion, it becomes evident that its repercussions extend into the fabric of our society. The question of how abortion affects us is entangled with considerations of gender equality, economic dynamics, and the accessibility of healthcare. Women's ability to make choice about their reproductive health is intricately linked to broader issues to societal support, education, and economic stability. Furthermore, furthermore, acknowledging the emotion of psychological aspect of abortion is crucial. The decision to terminate a pregnancy is often accompanied by a complex emotion of supporting individuals through this process is essential. Mental health resources, counseling service, and compassionate approach can contribute to a more holistic understanding of the challenge surrounding abortion. Moreover, the effects of abortion are not confined to the individual. They echo through communities and institutions. Access to safe and legal abortion service is a critical determinant of the health and well-being of women. In regions where such services are restricted or unavailable, individuals may resort to unsafe methods, jeopardizing their health and further exacerbating social challenge. Whether abortion is good or bad is complex and multifaceted issue with no easy answer. There are strong arguments to made on both sides of the debate, and questions ultimately boils down to individual beliefs and values. Arguments against abortion. Moral and ethic arguments. Many people believe that abortion is morally wrong because it is involved the taking of human life. They argue that that a fetus is a human being from the moment of conception and therefore deserves the same right life as a born person. This viewpoint often draws on religious beliefs and emphasizes the sanctity of life. Fetal development. Opponents of abortion often argue that fetuses are capable of feeling pain in certain stage of development and therefore abortion inflicts unnecessary suffering. They also point the potential of the fetus to grow into a unique and valuable human being. Psychoeconomic factors. Some argue that abortion disproportionately impacts low-income women and women of color, exacerbating existing inequalities in healthcare access and reproductive rights. They believe that addressing this underlying social issue is key to reducing the number of unintended pregnancies. Arguments in favor of abortion. Bodily autonomy. Pro-choice advocates argue that women have fundamental right to control their own bodies and make decisions about their reproductive health. They believe that restricting access to safe and legal abortion infringe upon these fundamental rights and can be negative consequences for women's health being. Women's health. Unsafe abortion can lead to serious health complications, including death. Pro-choice advocates argue that ensuring access to safe and legal abortion is crucial to protecting women's health and lives. Difficult circumstances. Some women face difficult and complex circumstances that may lead them to choose abortion. These circumstances can include rape or incest, risk of serious health complications, or the inability to provide adequately for a child. Pro-choice advocates believe that women should have the right to make informed decisions about their own reproductive health, taking into account their unique circumstances. Focus on preventing unintended pregnancies. Pro-choice advocates emphasize the importance of preventing unintended pregnancy through comprehensive sex education, access to contraceptions, and support for women families. They argue that addressing the root causes of unintended pregnancy is more effective in reducing the numbers of abortions than restricting access to the procedures. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to have an abortion is a personal one that should be made by the women involved in consulting with their healthcare provider and loved ones. It is important to respect individual choice and acknowledge and complexity of the issue, recognizing that there are valid arguments on both sides of the debate. Instead of focusing on whether abortion is good or bad, it might be more productive to consider the circumstances that lead women to choose abortion and how we can, as a society, support women facing difficult decisions about their reproductive health. This involves advocating for comprehensive sex education, affordable access to health care, and policies that promote economic justice and address social inequalities. By focusing on prevention and creating a supportive environment for women, we can work towards a future where fewer women feel the need to choose abortion. Thank you.
What is abortion? Ang abortion ay isang pagpapalaglag ng fetus na wala pa sa saktong buwan dahil hindi kayang panindigan ito ng nagdadala. Abortion is a major problem not in this country but to our world. Sa paglaganap nito ay mas lalo pang itong dumarami na tumaas pa ito ng 40% kada taon dahil sa mga mag-partner na hindi pa nila kayang magkaroon ng pamilya or gusto pa nilang ma-enjoy ang kanilang pagkabinata. Bakit nga ba nangyayari yung abortion? Ayun nga, hindi tamang paggawa or kulang sa kaalaman yung mga kabataan na gumagawa nito. Then kaya yung iba hindi nila alam na malaki itong kasalanan dahil hindi man sila gumamit ng mga sandata or physical abuse, pero ito pa rin ay isang kasalanan na pagpatay na may malaking kaparusahan sa ating batas. Meron itong pinatupad na batas na maaaring kulong ang isang mapapatunayang nag-abort ng isang bata sa loob na hindi bababa sa 6 na taon. At may malaki itong multa. How to prevent abortion. Abortion can prevent. Ito ay ginawa ng pamamaraan ng ating gobyerno sa pamamagitan ng Department of Health na pagpunta nila sa bawat paaralan na nagbibigay sila ng mga condom sa mga high school student upang makontrol or mapigilan ang pag-abort. Then ang dinagdagan nito sa ibang bansa ay may tinatawag sila dito rin sa atin na dapat natin pag-aralan na sex education. Dito ay mas pinapaunawa nito ang pagkakaroon ng mas maraming kaalaman tungkol sa sex. Then many people na nagpapabort is mga underage dahil ayun nga, nag-aaral pa sila, then hindi pa nila kayang magkaroon ng pamilya na bubuhayin nila yung bata. Then, kaya no choice sila na ipalaglag ito. Ito ay pinagbabawal, ngunit marami pa rin gumagawa na magpa-abort dahil gusto pa nilang ma-enjoy yung kanilang pagkabinata or pagkadalaga, dahil sa kanilang pagkakamali ito ay napakalaking kasalanan hindi lamang sa batas kundi sa ating Panginoon, dahil ang pagpatay ay isa sa mga pinakamabigat na kasalanan dito sa ating mundo. Kaya isa pa sa mga pinaka-major na dahilan kung bakit maraming nagpapa-abort is dahil sa social media na maraming mga websites na mga porn websites na yung iba is ginagaya nila, gumagawa pa sila ng mga taping ganun, then which is yung iba is ginagaya nga ito at yung iba ay ginagawa pang pagkakakitaan. At maaari rin ditong pumasok yung ano, cyber sex ganun. Dahil sa dulot ng social media. Kaya the easy way to prevent is we need to guide our children, then kailangan magkaroon ng mga limits, like sa mga, like kung magiinom man, dahil many people ngayon is ayun nga, nilalasing muna nila yung girl before we do yung kanilang intention. Then walang kaalam-alam si girl na nabuntis na pala siya. Kaya we need to palawakin palalo yung pagtuturo ng sex education dito sa ating bansa dahil sa lumalaking populasyon. Then we need to yun nga, mag-pray tayo, mag-seminar sa mga youth organization, like Bible study para mas lalo pa tayong magabayan. Then before para sa mga mag-partner, before you do na mag-sex is isipin niyo muna kung anong magiging kakalabasan nito. Then the safe is gumamit ng condom para maprotektan nyo ang isa't isa, lalo na sa mga sakit na HIV, mga like HIV, ayun nga, HIV, para madugtungan pa yung ating buhay dahil lang wala pang, bihira pa yung gamot sa HIV dito sa ating bansa. Kaya marahil ay mag-ingat ang bawat lahat, and we control that sa pamamagitan ng pag-focus sa study, sa goal, or mga gusto natin gawin, like tutunan lang natin sa mga hobbies, then dahil napakahirap magkaroon ng mapaaga yung pagiging tatay, ganun, or magulang.